Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of God, most gracious, ever merciful. Respected, distinguished members on the dais, respected guests, peace and blessings of God be on all of you. I assure you that I'll be very brief and I will not stand for long because it's already late and dinner is waiting for you. I equally admire the audience, our distinguished guests, for their patience to be sitting very patiently for such a long program. I, on behalf of Ahmadiyya Muslim Community India, express my deep gratitude to all our esteemed guests sitting on the dais and in front of me. By accepting our invitation, all of you have shown that you are extremely kind, broad-minded, genuinely interested in human welfare, human sympathy, and in establishing peace in the country and all over the world. Today, there is Islamophobia, fear of Islam because of certain acts of Muslim fanatics and Muslim organization. I assure all of you that Islam is a religion of peace, human sympathy, and human compassion. It teaches us that loyalty to one's nation is part of one's faith. This is a clear-cut instruction of Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, that in whichever country you live, you should always be loyal to that country and you should always think and work to your capacity for the progress of the country. And we assure the Government of India, on behalf of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat, we will always remain loyal to our country, loyal to the Government of India, and will always support Government of India in all the schemes which they carry out for the welfare of our citizens and for the welfare of human. We are very grateful to our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji when he gave us a long audience on 30th April 2015. He was very kind enough to have a long discussion with us. We discussed a lot of things on our role in developing India in all aspects. And he was very encouraging and very kind in saying that, yes, he is well aware of the efforts made by Ahmadiyya Muslim community in India and throughout the world, and by our Supreme Leader to establish peace, love, brotherhood throughout the world. So I, on behalf of Ahmadiyya Muslim community, convey our deep gratitude to Honorable Prime Minister of India for recognizing our work of loyalty towards India and for our work for developing peace and progress of the country. We also had a good opportunity, and we are also grateful to our Honorable Home Minister Sahib, Rajnath Singh Ji Sahib, who also gave us a long audience, and he was also very freely, he discussed various issues with us. So as Mr. Ramesh Chandra Saab mentioned, that he will definitely at a high level, because he is representing the Government of India, I, on behalf of Ahmadiyya Muslim community, thank him very deeply that he wants us to carry out our message throughout India of loyalty to one's nation, peace, brotherhood, harmony, and development of our country. And we assure him, and we assure the Government of India that by being abiding law citizens of our country, we always think and we always work for the progress, development of our motherland, because we as Ahmadiyya Muslim community, members of India, are very loyal and we love our country, because this is the teaching which we have been ingrained from our childhood, from our leaders, because this is the teaching of Holy Quran and this is the teaching taught by Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of God be upon him. As far as the issue of triple talaq is concerned, we are in full agreement with you. All India Muslim Personal Board's interpretation is totally against the teachings of Holy Quran and the practice of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. There is no concept of triple talaq either in Holy Quran or given by Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They have made Islam or the concept of triple talaq a joke. Islam clearly teaches us that when husband and wife are bonded in a marriage, it's for a lifelong relationship. Quran and Holy Prophet teaches us very clearly how a beautiful, friendly relation between husband and wife has to be built. It teaches how, with love, caring for the sentiments of the spouse, we have to live together. After doing all these things, if there is by chance any disagreement, Islam doesn't say that husband in his anger or in his with his egoistic attitude, if he says talaq, 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 it's the end of marriage. Islam does not say that. It is totally wrong. If dispute occurs, the Quran lays down the procedure. The family members of husband, the family members of the wife should put all their efforts to reconcile with love, with kindness, with wisdom, so that the marriage does not break. But if after all efforts there is still no possibility, then also there is no concept of just saying talaq, talaq, talaq and marriage dissolves. There is a clear-cut procedure which lays down that over a period of time, if husband says talaq, then a period is given of a month. Then again a period. Why this period is given? So that again reconciliation has to be done. So I assure you that according to the teaching of Holy Quran and the practice of Holy Prophet Muhammad, what today the All India Muslim Personal Board is insisting that triple talaq, that is saying talaq, talaq, talaq at one go and the marriage dissolved, has no connection with the teaching of Holy Quran and Holy Prophet. And this we are trying to educate all the Muslims of India and all over the world. And we are also, today we had a press conference. We are trying our best efforts to educate the Muslims of India that please do not fall into the trap of such wrong interpretation of triple talaq. In the end, I would just like to say that our supreme head of Ahmadiyya Muslim community, out of love for mankind, is very much worried because in today's world situation, take these countries like Syria, where blocs have formed, there is problem of North Korea, China, USA. The present condition of the world is, the situation is such that the world is heading towards World War III. He, from the year 2004 onwards, last 12-13 years, he has been addressing all the forums and inviting various political leaders, prime ministers, presidents, think tanks, policy makers, out of love and sympathy for mankind, that please save the world from Third World War. Because if, God forbid, Third World War takes place, the nuclear radiation will have a long-lasting effect. And the nuclear scientists tell the nuclear radiation effect of today's nuclear bombs will last for more than 100 years. And the children who will be born in the next 100 years will have genetic and physical defects. So it is our duty, the duty of this generation, to save the world, to save the future generation. Out of love for mankind, he is appealing and is putting all his best efforts to save the world from this catastrophe. So I, in conclusion, because all our distinguished guests have very good influence all over India and the world, and all our audience also, our appeal is, today we are in such a situation, whether it is Muslim countries or other countries, we feel, we analyze, as our Supreme Head has been mentioning, we are madly heading towards another third world war. So our appeal for world peace is purely not for our gains, purely for saving the mankind from this catastrophe. So in the end, I appeal to all of you that wherever you have influence, at whatever level, at national level or international level, let us work together to create an atmosphere of love, peace, absolute justice in the world, because we firmly believe that once absolute justice is established, we will save the world from Third World War. We firmly believe, as all of us believe, in India, it's a tradition. We believe that unless we recognize our Creator, unless we recognize our God, whether you call him Allah, Parameshwar, God, we will not be able to love the creation of our Creator. So our appeal, the Supreme Head of Ahmadiyya Muslim community has been appealing to all the sections of the world to ensure that absolute justice is established in the world. And without absolute justice, peace cannot be established. But to assure that absolute justice is established in the world, we have to recognize our Creator, our God, who has created all of us. So once we recognize our Creator, and that one belonging to one Creator will help us to become one humanity, and then we will think as one humanity, and we will not have any vested interest. We will think whenever we make any policy or any decision, whether at international level, national level, or a society level or family level, it will always be based on human interest, not on personal interest or vested interest. So in the end, this is our appeal. This is the message of this Peace Symposium. Let us recognize our Creator so that we can love His creation, establish justice in the world, and establish peace in the world. I, in the end, once again, thank our distinguished members on the dais who spoke very well, who shared their views in such a broad and open-minded. I, on behalf of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat India, thank all of you, sirs. And equally, our audience, our distinguished guests who spend their time to be with us. I, once again, am very deeply express my deep gratitude on behalf of Ahmadiyya Muslim community.